Hello friends, I'm your Vitamin the Vegemin girl. Are you tired, run down, listless? Do you poop out at parties? Are you unpopular? Well, the answer to all your problems is in this giant tub. Vitamin the Vegemin. Yes, Vitamin the Vegemin contains vitamins, meats, vegetables, minerals, and a whole bunch of other things. With Vitamin the Vegemin, you can slurp your way to health. All you do is drink a great big glass of this in place of every meal. It's so tasty, too. Tastes just like a full-course meal. Honest. So why don't you join the thousands of happy peppy people and get a great big tub of Vitamin the Vegemin tomorrow. That's Vita Mita Vegemin. Whoa. I just had the weirdest daydream. Let's be honest, we've all lost our minds. And at one point or other decided to get protein shakes to replace our meals. And we thought that would be a good idea. And now we're stuck with a bunch of protein powder. I might have done that once or twice. If you're like me, I refuse to throw it away. I have got to learn to make something with this. I am determined to find a recipe that uses protein powder that is not revolting. Today we are going to make non-revolting peanut butter cookies. You are only going to need 5 ingredients for this recipe. You will need 2 eggs, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, a 1/4 cup of sugar substitute. I'm using stevia this time. You will need 3/4 cup of peanut butter and 3/4 cup of protein powder. And again, I am using vanilla, but I think you probably could use chocolate as well. Also, you could use almond butter in place of peanut butter. I'm using natural peanut butter because I don't want any added sugars. Alright, enough chit chat. Let's get started on this recipe. We are going to start off with our 2 eggs into the bowl. To that we're going to add our vanilla and our stevia. And let's give that a whisk. We're going to go ahead and add our peanut butter into the eggs. Another 1/4 cup. 3/4 of a cup. And to this we're going to add our protein powder. Let's just mix this all up. This is going to get pretty thick. If you find that it's not thick enough, you can just add a little bit of extra protein powder. Or if it's too thick, well, you want it to be really thick because we're actually going to be rolling this into little balls. This is supposed to make 12 cookies. I guess this is one way to consume your protein powder, but in a more delicious way. We shall see. We shall see. At this point, it's pretty darn thick, and we want to scoop it out into about a tablespoon size to make a little ball out of it. And I've got my pan ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and put some parchment paper on here. Just makes cleanup a little easier. This parchment paper you can get at the Dollar Tree. Super cheap. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on there. All right. So using a tablespoon scoop, we're just gonna make tablespoon-sized little balls. Recipe said 12. Maybe I made these too small. There's a tablespoon. Oh, I'm just gonna keep on going. I have an idea. I'm gonna put some little bits of chocolate, sugar-free chocolate in there. Lily sugar-free chocolate in there in what's remaining, and make some chocolate chip peanut butter cookies. Yeah. So we're gonna take our fork and press down the cookies to make them look like, you know, the fancy kind. These will go into a 350-degree oven for about 5 to 6 minutes. In the meantime, let's break up some chocolate. I found some Lily's dark chocolate at Giant as well, and this is stevia sweetened and is no sugar added. It is 160 calories for half of this bar, 15 grams of fat, and it has 22 carbs, but 12 of those are fiber. 6 of them are erythritol, so that comes out to, let's see, math. Let me answer check. 20 minus 12, that would be 10 minus 6, 4. Like 4 net carbs. So you can have your chocolate on keto as long as it's the right kind. I'm gonna take I think I'll just take one of those, and I'm going to chop that up. Alright, I'm going to add these into the remaining of this cookie, peanut butter cookie dough. Do not waste any of it. There we go. Fork, mix it up a little bit. So I made brownies today for the boys, and I did not eat any of them, but I felt very sorry for myself. So I have peanut butter cookies. Ooh, I could make one gigantic cookie. I could make one giant cookie. I bet that would be really yummy. Yeah, I just rechecked the recipe, and the guy who made them, his channel is called Buff Dudes. He made his cookies about golf ball size. No. Ping pong ball size. I made mine just at a tablespoon, so yeah, I made mine a little smaller, but that's okay. Then you can feel like you can eat more of them. More is better with cookies. Our cookies are hot out of the oven. We need to let them sit and rest for a few minutes before we try them. I'm going to put these on a cooling rack. Then I'm going to put on the ones that I just made with chocolate chips. These the same size as the other ones. Oh gosh, they don't hold together so well. I'm going to flatten these down. Oh, these don't roll. These don't roll. Definitely, these do not work like traditional cookies with flour. They're kind of crumbly. Oh, they're so cute. Into the oven, these go for about 5 to 6 minutes. Everybody, our cookies are all done and cooled and ready to be tasted. I will start with the peanut butter. They could use a little bit more sugar. Here's the thing with protein powder. Protein powder has such a strong flavor. Can you taste the protein powder in here? Yes, you definitely can. It's not as strong. I mean, it's definitely a better way to consume protein powder, I think, than drinking it. But is it like traditional peanut butter cookies? No. They're chewier. They're like softer. They're not the same crispy, crunchy peanut butter. They're not the same. But it is one way to get your protein powder in. They look really good. Let me try a chocolate chip. That's good. That's the better way to go. They're not the same as chocolate chip cookies. They're not the same as the traditional chocolate chip cookies. They do still have that protein powder taste to them. I don't know, guys. I don't know, guys. I think baking with protein powder is just... You can't get away from that flavor. That vitamin mineral flavor. It's just there. It's just so strong. It is one good way to use up your protein powder. If you're determined, like I was, to use it. This isn't too bad. Chocolate. Chocolate is the answer. Right. It's almost 7:30 Saturday night. I think I'm done baking for today. But I might throw in a bonus recipe tomorrow. I'd really like to try these with almond flour and see how they turn out and see if they taste better. I'm going to go ahead and try that one tomorrow and stick it on the end of this video. We'll give a taste test comparison with that. I'll see you in a little bit. Well, hello. I'm back. It is now Sunday afternoon, and I have just finished whipping up another batch of peanut butter cookies, this time using almond flour. I used the same exact recipe, except in place of protein powder, I used almond powder. And I did add a little bit extra sugar. I added a little bit of Splenda to the stevia. And because protein powder typically is a little bit sweet, it has a sweetener already to it, so I thought maybe it needed an extra little bit of sweetness. So I did change that a little bit, but other than that, everything is exactly the same. I'm going to show you how I made this, but we don't have time to do this at regular speed. I'm going to have to go right to ludicrous speed. flour cookies. Definitely better without the protein powder, I gotta admit. I think maybe I added too much sugar though. Stick with 3/4 of a cup, that was better. That's the key, chocolate. Here's the protein cookie, the protein powder cookie I made yesterday in comparison to the one today. As you can see, they are a little bit lighter, but honestly, I left these in a little extra longer because I like them to crisp up a little bit. I just didn't like they were just a little too chewy for me. If you like your cookies chewy, take them out after 6 minutes, 7 minutes. If you like them a little more crispier, leave them in for closer to 10. You know how to make cookies, the way you like them, so you can decide on how long to keep them in the oven and when to take them out. So that will do it for this week's recipe. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you try it. Let me know if you did and what you think. And if you have any suggestions to improve these cookies, I'm sure there's a million different ways to change the recipe, make them better. And I would love to hear what you have to say. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great week and God bless. Bye.